Picture a life where your strength flows from a deep, unshakable core, untouched by the chaos of the world around you. The Stoics, those ancient architects of resilience, understood that true power begins with a profound commitment to self-love, not a fleeting emotion or indulgent ego trip, but a disciplined practice grounded in clarity, purpose, and principle. This isn't about seeking comfort or chasing external validation. It's about forging a rock-solid relationship with yourself, cultivating a character that stands firm, and living with unwavering intention. Welcome to WisdomWavesAura, where we explore the Stoic path to self-love, a transformative journey toward inner strength, mental clarity, and true freedom. Let's dive in and discover how to become the guardian of your own life, starting with the power of defining who you are. The world is relentless. It bombards you with expectations, comparisons, and pressures, all vying to shape your identity. If you don't decide who you are, society will happily do it for you, assigning roles based on trends, status, or fleeting popularity. These external forces don't care about your values or purpose, they thrive on visibility and applause. The Stoics warned against this trap. Epictetus, a master of practical wisdom, said, "First say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do." This is your call to action. Pause and ask yourself, what am I living for? What qualities do I admire? What kind of person do I want to become? These aren't abstract questions, they're the foundation of your daily choices. If you value honesty, let dishonesty be unthinkable. If you prize discipline, act with consistency, even when it's tough. On WisdomWavesAura, we believe that self-love begins with this act of self-definition. It's not about grand declarations or public personas. It's about aligning your smallest, most repeated actions with the person you choose to be. When you're clear about your direction, the world's praise or criticism oozes its grip. You're not swayed by opinions that don't align with your principles. You don't bend to gain favor. This inner steadiness doesn't erase discomfort, it protects your peace. You're not chasing an identity, you're living it. Every choice you make is a brushstroke painting the portrait of who you are. A person who values courage speaks truth when silence would be easier. Someone who cherishes discipline follows through, even when exhaustion creeps in. These actions aren't just tasks, they're votes for the person you're becoming. Without this foundation, it's easy to drift, adopting beliefs or habits that aren't yours, simply because they're loud or common. The Stoics countered this with daily self-examination, reviewing their actions against their principles, correcting themselves before the world could. On WisdomWavesAura, we invite you to embrace this practice. Love yourself enough to take responsibility for your character. Define the life you're building and live it with purpose, even when no one's watching. This is where strength begins, when you act from principle, not reaction, moving with intention, pausing before you speak, and reflecting before you rest. Your thoughts are the seeds of your actions, and unchecked, they can grow into weeds that choke your progress. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If your inner dialogue is laced with self-doubt, judgment, or shame, it shapes your choices, leading to hesitation or self-sabotage. A mind that dwells on past failures expects them to repeat. It anticipates rejection, mutes success, and erodes confidence. On WisdomWavesAura, we challenge you to guard your mind like a fortress. Self-love means interrupting toxic thoughts, not debating them. Notice the tone of your inner voice. When it leans toward criticism, don't argue, just shift your focus. Do something tangible, organize your space, plan your next step, or tackle a small task. This redirection weakens harmful thoughts, creating space for clarity. The Stoics knew that what you allow in your mind spreads to your behavior. A disciplined mind chooses what to entertain and what to discard, like removing poison from a meal. This isn't about ignoring mistakes, it's about correcting them with purpose, not punishment. Train your mind through consistent practice, reflecting daily, journaling, or focusing on the present. Each time you replace self-criticism with action, you build a pattern that tells your brain what's acceptable. Over time, clarity becomes instinct, and discipline becomes your default. Setting boundaries is an act of self-respect, a declaration that your time, energy, and focus are sacred. Without them, you're at the mercy of every demand, pulled away from your priorities by the loudest voice or strongest pressure. On Wisdom Waves Aura, we see boundaries as a reflection of your inner order, not a way to control others. They're rooted in your values, giving structure to your choices. Start by identifying what matters most, your goals, your principles, your peace. Then, protect them fiercely. Say no to distractions that clutter your mind. Refuse commitments that drain your focus. Decline what doesn't align with your purpose. This isn't easy, others may push back, questioning your limits or misinterpreting your resolve. But discomfort is a sign of growth, not failure. Boundaries aren't walls, they're filters, preserving your energy for what truly matters. When you honor them consistently, you signal to yourself and the world that your direction is non-negotiable. You stop apologizing for saying no, because your yes carries purpose. On Wisdom Waves Aura, we encourage you to measure your worth by how well you protect your priorities, not by how much you give away. This clarity frees you to act with confidence, knowing your choices reflect your values, not external pressures. Your past is a teacher, not a chain. Everyone carries a history of mistakes, regrets, and failures, but the Stoics taught that the past is indifferent, it holds no power unless you give it. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." On Wisdom Waves Aura, we believe self-love means viewing your past clearly, without distortion, and using it to inform your present, not define it. Don't replay old pain or dwell on what could have been. Instead, extract lessons. Where did you lack preparation? Where did emotion cloud judgment? These insights aren't for shame, they're for growth. Integrate them into your decisions, letting them guide you without dictating your path. When you stop using the past to attack yourself, your mind becomes a cleaner workspace. You shift from regret to strategy, asking, "What must I do next?" This focus conserves energy, sharpens discipline, and builds trust in your ability to move forward. The past is a reference, not a residence. Let it inform your choices, but never let it steal your power to act. Solitude is your secret weapon, a space where strength is forged in silence. In a world of constant noise, notifications, conversations, distractions, solitude reveals what's truly in your mind. It strips away the crutches of external input, exposing doubts, fears, or unresolved decisions. On Wisdom Waves Aura, we see solitude not as isolation, but as a skill, the ability to sit with your thoughts, observe them, and remain steady. Marcus Aurelius called the mind a quieter, more untroubled retreat than any external refuge. In solitude, you evaluate your actions without comparison, refine your reasoning without interruption, and realign with your values. Schedule quiet moments daily, plan in the morning, reflect at night, or pause between tasks. Use this time to read, journal, or simply think. Solitude isn't escape, it's preparation, sharpening your ability to engage the world with purpose. By cultivating it, you become self-sufficient, relying on your own principles, not external validation. This inner structure builds calm confidence, letting you navigate challenges without losing your center. You don't need to earn your worth, it's already yours, proven through your actions, not outcomes. The Stoics believed character, not achievements, defines value. On Wisdom Waves Aura, we challenge you to stop performing for approval and start living your principles. Don't measure yourself by praise or criticism, focus on the quality of your decisions, the strength of your follow-through, and your ability to stay steady under pressure. Act with integrity, even in private moments, because true self-respect comes from knowing you're aligned with your values, not from external applause. When you chase validation, you overextend, saying yes when you mean no, taking on tasks that dilute your focus. Instead, ask, does this serve the person I'm becoming? If not, walk away. Your worth isn't tied to what others think, it's in how you show up, day after day, with purpose and clarity. Apologizing for your standards weakens your resolve. On Wisdom Waves Aura, we believe your principles are your compass, guiding your choices without needing justification. When you've built your standards through reflection, protect them fiercely. Don't explain your boundaries or soften your discipline to ease others' discomfort. Each time you stand firm, you reduce self-doubt, acting with precision instead of hesitation. Standards aren't burdens, they're tools, simplifying your life by cutting away what doesn't serve you. Live them unapologetically, and watch your confidence grow as you move through the world with clarity and purpose. True character shines in solitude, where no one's watching. The Stoics knew that private consistency reveals your integrity. On Wisdom Waves Aura, we encourage you to act with the same discipline whether alone or in a crowd. Keep your word to yourself, maintain order in your space, and train your mind, even when tired. These quiet acts build a rhythm that anchors you. Consistency isn't about intensity, it's about reliability. Show up daily, follow the same process, uphold the same standards. This steadiness reduces mental noise, replacing excuses with action. When you align your private behavior with your values, you build trust in yourself, creating a foundation that holds up under any pressure. Self-respect grows when you protect your energy, and that means cutting away what weakens you. On Wisdom Waves Aura, we see subtraction as a path to strength. Clear the clutter from your environment, physical, mental, and emotional. Simplify your space to support focus. Replace habits that drain you with ones that align with your goals. Interrupt self-criticism with deliberate action, redirecting your mind to what's useful. The Stoics knew that strength isn't added, it's uncovered by removing distractions, noise, and doubt. What remains is a life of clarity, purpose, and discipline, ready to face any challenge. Ultimately, self-love is about becoming the guardian of your own life. On Wisdom Waves Aura, we believe you are the architect of your thoughts, choices, and direction. Protect your mind with the same care you'd guard a priceless treasure. Limit distractions, reject commitments that pull you off course, and choose influences that sharpen your clarity. You're not a victim of circumstances, you're the one who decides how to respond. Design your routines to reflect your priorities, manage your thoughts with discipline, and act with intention, no matter the challenge. The Stoics didn't wait for life to ease their path, they trained to meet it with strength. So do you. On Wisdom Waves Aura, we invite you to embrace this daily discipline, not as a burden, but as a gift. It's the refusal to be scattered, the choice to live by principle, and the quiet power of becoming the person you were meant to be, on your terms, by your standards, through your effort. Start today, and let your life become a testament to the strength within you.